Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Misticas here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So last time we were going through, I guess, the second day relating to the Natsuki path. We've so far already done 2 videos on that, and I believe this should be after the 3rd poem writing. I believe that we should have saved already. I've already started kind of overwriting some of these so that way they're not just all saved on multiple pages here, even though I know it's got the option for that. But for right now, I just want to keep it to a certain point. For this next day though, I think this is relating to the festival. I don't think we're going to do the whole bit of it though. We're probably just going to read like up to the classroom part and then choosing of the festival, and then that's probably where we're going to stop. And then maybe we'll go back to Sonic Adventure 2 for a while after this, because we do have at least one more video of the dark story mode to do, and then we'll be going to the final story for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into this. So we'll start here. There we go. Let's see. I'm pretty sure probably the beginning portion of this, I'm pretty sure this is the same. Yeah, this is in the beginning portion where she talks about practicing piano, and they're talking about the festival. So this beginning portion, of course, is the same, similar to that of what we see in the past couple of episodes. Looking down at nothing, I walk over to her. Yeah, this is also the same too, where Sayori says that she's spacing out. This, of course, is leading up into, you know, the darker moments of the game. You know something. Let's see. Yeah, so this is also the same as well. The only reason why I'm not hitting skip is because we are going to go past this little part. Let's see. This is basically all the same. And like I said, I'm not going to hit skip because I don't want it to accidentally skip past, you know, to where we should get to with Natsuki. Yeah, because this is the beginning portion where, of course, Monica sets into motion. Oh, here we go. So now we're at a new part. I look up to see Natsuki next to me.
Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so...
Sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything.
It's not like I'm worried. I was just...
Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer.
Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything.
She practically mumbles that last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all.
Sayori? Thinking about her?
Yeah, she seems pretty down today, but she didn't want to admit it to me, so I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh.
Natsuki exhales.
Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then she would be the first...
Oh, hello, I'm reading this wrong.
If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right?
Well, I guess that's true.
I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important.
Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes.
Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious.
Yeah. I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands.
She really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so...
I was not. Geez, you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Okay, so apparently there's not another part in that. That's interesting. Because with Yuri, if I recall, there was this whole thing of us doing the reading section, but with the whole chocolate scenario stuff. But with Natsuki, it's just her talking to us about how, you know, if we were concerned, you know, she sort of understands. I don't know, she kind of jumped to conclusions there. Once again, I think that cements the fact that Natsuki's probably younger than the others. I mean, I know, once again, the developers have said, oh, they're all the same age, but they can't be all the same age, not from the way they act. Anyway, after some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? Alright, so once again, keeping in mood with the whole Natsuki path, we're going to choose her first.
Let's see.
You're certainly enthusiastic today.
Of course. You know I like your writing.
I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before.
Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about.
Natsuki.
What?
You're not very confident about your writing, are you?
What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right?
It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too.
Right? Peter? Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this.
Natsuki.
Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, "That's so cute, just like you, Natsuki"? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want...
Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki? If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem in my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles. Whoa, hello. My mouse is doing weird stuff. I don't know why it's doing a loading thing, and nothing else is loading in the background. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it.
Don't read it.
Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk.
It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay?
But I want to read it.
Why?
Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. But sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Oh, even though he's kind of becoming in tune to what's going on, the main character's still a little oblivious, though. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her, but finally she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table.
You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now.
Okay, I will. Is this different? I think this is a different poem. I don't think I've read this one. I don't think so. Let's see. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me, because you. Yeah, that doesn't sound like one I've read before. I don't think so. I think that one's a completely new one.
Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad.
No, it's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. Or, I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you.
Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well. And I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it.
Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so...
Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does.
Just remember that. I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful.
Ah, I'm glad. I'm glad, okay. Okie dokie. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion.
I don't want it.
Eh? Why not?
I just don't. Jeez.
I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it.
Good. If you didn't, I would. Never mind. Just, I'm glad that you want it.
Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself.
That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay?
Ah, yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. Okay, so we definitely got something different than the past couple of times we've kind of gone through this, or even in the main playthrough we did. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Sayori. So I'm pretty sure this is the part where it's probably gonna be the same as it was to where she says she wants to leave, but let me see.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki?
Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. It's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Peter.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
Alright. Just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
If you insist.
Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori?
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Guess we can go to Yuri. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. Okay, yeah, so that's basically the same thing that happened when we played through Sayori's scenes. Yuri did the same thing, basically. Hi, Peter. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? That's... Oh, come on, Peter. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the clubroom every day, pretending to like the manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. No, I think you're misunderstanding, Peter. It's not like Natsuki just hates someone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but just didn't want to admit it. So, I just need to ask one more thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times, she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. Yeah, see, there you go again. She even says she's the youngest one here. So there's no way they're all the same age. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my home with you now, alright? Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same thing as before. What I'm looking at, anyway. It looks very similar, so I'm pretty sure we read that one. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. You ever too shy to show your writings because you're afraid it's not that good. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so that's basically the same from before. Thanks for listening. Okay. Sorry, when we start figuring out Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip because this is the same sort of thing. Once again, very same similar thing to what we see before. Blah 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 blah. This is relating to them deciding who's gonna help who in the festival. Okay, so since whenever we did the Sayori part, we chose Sayori, and of course we discovered that that did us no good, because in the game's like, nope, you gotta choose another person. So we just went with Yuri, because we had chosen Yuri before anyway. So this time, I guess we'll choose Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun, and if you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so we could probably use 2 people.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Just a minute ago you were saying that.
That's because... Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it, after all. Okay, nobody says it. Well, that's great. That's a great response. That's good. Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad.
So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome.
I don't think that really counts. What about you, Peter? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking.
Okay. Natsuki starts pouting too.
It's not that big of a deal or anything.
Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help.
That doesn't mean...
Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression.
Look,
Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders.
Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit.
Okay, well that's one way to put it, I guess. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really, but...
Not really. Okay, I think Natsuki could have saved herself by saying, no, I really mean it. You know, yes, Yuri could have sensed it was fake, but at least it would have sounded a little more endearing, but... Anyway. Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people to be saying such encouraging things, but I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other.
Where are you going?
Eh?
We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gone home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind.
Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that? Huh. Natsuki gives me her number.
Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients.
Wait, you're coming to my house?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house.
Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me.
Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, fine by me.
Yeah. I'm really going to show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it.
Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like, in front of everyone, that I was looking forward to this.
Wait, really?
Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so...
Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday.
Never mind.
I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance that I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Okay, let's see. It's already Sunday. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She's also really likes complaining about things, but I kinda saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Okay, I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Okay, I think this part we can go and skip because, of course, this is, you know, her talking to us and telling us about her depression. Let's see. Oh, we still have to keep skipping. Okay, so I guess we haven't been recording that long. Let's go ahead and try to do this next part after all.
Sup?
Hey, I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off it. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. I mean, I guess, it looks like just a skirt and a t-shirt, but okay.
Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be so weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in.
Oh, so now we're in a different part of the house. We're now in his kitchen, apparently. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home.
Good. Glad I can count on you to do your part.
Well, of course. I was surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
What? You're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Peter?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grabbed the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Ugh. This is ridiculously heavy.
I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk.
Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not in school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! How are you treating me like a kid? I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like...
Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki?
Forget it. I didn't say anything.
I should apologize.
Eh.
I appreciate you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. Okay. Alright.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one.
Gross.
Hey! Was that to me?
Who else?
Man, let's just get started already.
You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Peter.
Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour spilled, fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking.
Peter, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you're just looking at it. It makes everyone's eyes light up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs a whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing is already improved. See? I swear I can't read today. As if... Really? Okay. In case the recording picks that up, my apologies. Apparently there's a guest at the door. Thankfully, I don't have to answer the door. There's other people in my house who can do that. Sorry about that. Just saying that right now. As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some of my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. Ugh. She tries to reach over her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Oh, what the heck. Alright. This is an interesting position, but okay. Stop! Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know? Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my... Ew. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Peter? You really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls, unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me, just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened.
Ah, that smells so good.
The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling, warm air fills the room.
Look at how cute they all look.
She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing.
Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me some plastic bags.
I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time though.
What's this one for? I pick one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Eh?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcakes based on a word they like.
I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so...
Maybe I'm getting it from you.
But what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well...
Natsuki's voice trails off.
Same with you.
Eh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing.
Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags.
There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we get each to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work.
Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down to 10 cupcakes already. She would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Ah, already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me.
And you can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you.
Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point, I felt like she couldn't listen to me at all.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted?
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki.
Eh?
What you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere.
Do you really mean that?
Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you.
Peter, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so...
Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me.
I've felt it. For a while now.
Natsuki suddenly jumps back.
Sayori!
Eh?
Ah! Hi, Peter.
Sayori! Just now, we weren't.
It's okay, Peter. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later.
Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Peter? I'm supposed to be happy for you. I just feel like my heart is splitting in half. It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Peter. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Peter. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Peter, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand on Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. Okie dokie. So, because in both Sayori's Let's Play playthrough, the section when we did that, the path for her, and in our main Let's Play, we chose the I love you option. We already know what happens, but I'm kind of interested to see the other way, and of course, because we're doing Natsuki, that's what we're going to do. So, Sayori, you'll always be my dearest friend. Oh, and we just read that. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were.
I see.
Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression.
Is this what it feels like? To get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this.
Sayori?
It's okay. This is just my punishment. Remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other things. You're also right to just... Oh, hello. You're also right that I just want to go back to go back to the way it was. Seriously, why am I having trouble reading today? I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Peter. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So... Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. And she screams. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more than I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's see. Settings. Yeah, let's see. Main menu. Up. Okay, so now since we've gotten to that point, we should be able to do new game. And, yep, everything's running the way it should, basically. Alright, so everything's going the way it should, pretty much, as far as all this is concerned, from what I can tell. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and save. Oh, hello. Thought a new game we would have saved over. Okay, well, anyway. Let's see, we'll probably get to... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and overwrite this save file. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, actually. So let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. So yeah, so off camera, I'm gonna do what I need to do to collect the words and to be able to get us to what we need to. So pretty much what I'm gonna need to do now is I'm gonna need to write down a list of the words for Yuri's path. Now Yuri's path should be kind of easy because the first time we played through the game, we were kind of going in her direction anyway for the majority of the part. So we shouldn't have too hard of a time with that, but just in case, I'll still make the list anyway necessary. That way I can make sure to do it pretty much the majority the best I can. Let's see. The thing is that with Yuri, we've pretty much seen all of her cutscenes with her. It's not really anything new for us. What we did see that was different was for Natsuki though, to where Natsuki, of course, she went ahead and she revealed a little more relating to her father, relating to how she really can't do stuff, you know, like bring guys over. She can't really do a lot of stuff at home. She's expected to be there, you know, on time, expected this, that. So it's very clear that she has a very strict dad. I wonder if after we go through the, you know, going through Yuri's path again, which I don't know, probably what I'm gonna consider doing, because I'm kind of thinking about it. Because we didn't 100% do everything with Yuri. Like, the first time we played through the game, we did do some choices that weren't Yuri affiliated only. And we might actually show some of those choices on screen. Another thing I'm also keeping in mind is that going Yuri's path, we have to actually continue the game onward. And we'll be continuing the game as normal. So that's another thing I'm keeping in mind as well. There's also certain things I'm wondering, like certain choice options that happen in the later acts, if there's anything we can do different there. I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking about a lot of stuff. I'm really kind of considering and thinking a bit, you know, what we should consider trying to do a little different so that way certain things that we didn't get to see the first time, maybe we can get to see again. I know there's a jump scare with Natsuki. Maybe we can find a way to trigger it. I don't know. I think the way that jump scare works is there's only a certain way to trigger it. I'm kind of thinking about that. Whether or not I'll do that, I'm not entirely sure. But here's the main thing of it, of course. Once we
go through Yuri's path, we do continue onward, and once we pass the point of where Sayori kills herself, then of course that's when all the spooky stuff will happen the second time around. But of course when you hit skip, you just kind of skip through past some of those parts anyway. But so far, I don't know, I find it interesting. It's very interesting that at least playing through Natsuki's path, we get a better idea of who she is actually and who her character is. It's obvious she has a lot of insecurities, and of course she's very overconfident. I mean, that was something I just got from the beginning, even when I played through the normal gameplay. But I don't know. I'm just really kind of thinking a bit like, what can we do different this time around to see different things, different stuff here or there. And of course we're already, from what I can tell, we're still going the path we need to go. So hopefully once we get ourselves straight to the end, which of course we're going to be doing a lot of skipping anyway for that, we should get the fulfilling ending. We should get the proper ending, because so far we've unlocked all the cutscenes for both Sayori and Natsuki. Yuri's we had already unlocked already, because there's just no way you can actually skip hers. You pretty much are forced to unlock hers even in Act 2 anyway. So yeah, a lot of things to take in here, a lot of things to think about, especially since, you know, going through this again gives us a chance to actually see certain things that when I chose one scenario the first time, what happens if I get something different? Like as we saw with Sayori, by telling her that we just see her as a friend, she kind of not handles the rejection as well. I don't know. It's just interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. But regardless though, we're probably going to get back to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, because I think with Yuri stuff, we'll probably be doing a lot of skipping. We'll be skipping a lot of portions of it, because like I said, we have read and pretty much seen a majority of Yuri's stuff to begin with when we played through the first time. And, I don't know, we might be able to see some different jump scares maybe during the second act too. Not sure. But yeah, we definitely got to get back to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle though. We only have 2 more stages to do in the Dark Story mode, and then we'll be done with the Dark Story mode completely. And then of course we do have the final stages to end the game, which I'm pretty sure isn't a lot of stages, I will be honest. I gotta look that up again to see how many, but I'm pretty sure it's not that much. It really isn't. But regardless though, regardless of all that, regardless of me rambling for a bit, sorry about that. If you enjoyed this episode, if you like what you saw, you know the drill. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that said, I will see you guys on later. Much bye.